Good afternoon. Today we are going to learn about Windows 10 installation. If you want to install the Windows 10 updates, in order to set up automatic updates, okay, you need to, if you are upgrading from Windows 7 to Windows 10, if it is giving option for upgradation, you can do in this process. Activation, you need to go to update and security activation. There you will be able to see Windows 10 Pro is activated. Architecture, whether it is 32-bit architecture or whether it is 64-bit architecture of whatever the operating system we are using. You can download Windows 10 media creation tool here. Download tool now. Create installation media for another PC. Means if you want to download ISO file, ISO image and make a bootable drive, here you need to create installing media for another PC and then need to proceed next. Need to select the language is United States, English, United States, US, edition Windows 10 Pro, architecture is 32-bit or 64-bit, depending upon the hardware, what we use. Select, choose the media to use. Is it USB flash drive? Just place the USB flash drive, which need to have at least 3 GB. Minimum 8 GB pen drive you need to use, and it should be empty. It should not contain anything, any files in it. If you are using USB flash drive for formatting, or you can download ISO image file, and even you can write later on to your thumb drive or DVD drive. Downloading process starts. Windows installation get launched. When Windows installation get launched, you need to enter here the key for activation, and then you need to proceed next. Here you will be getting upgrade or custom install. Custom install is nothing but installing freshly operating system on your hard drive. Now select where to install. What is the partition where you want to install your operating system. Here, there is already Windows 7 installed and the total size of the hard disk is 40 GB. So, and this is the primary hard drive. You need to format these two drives, delete these two drives, and again you need to create new partition, and then you need to select a primary partition and then start formatting. And 40 GB for C is won't be enough if you are installing bit more applications in future. Then 40 GB won't be ample enough. Yeah, it's time to enter the product key. Here you need to enter the product key. Please select this option. If you are getting do this later, you can select this option and you will be getting a 1 month time to enter the key. After 1 month, you will be asking please activate Windows. Here, if you want to change the product key, what you have entered, no, you don't want to use that product key. If you want to change the product key, you can change the product key by clicking change product key option. Active Windows, activate, or activate by phone or through email. Also, you can do the activation, online activations. This is one of the way to Windows 10 installation without any issue. If you feel stuck in any of these steps, you can also contact for Microsoft for help. How to manually update Windows 10 if you have stopped Windows 10 updates because it's consuming bandwidth regularly and net is getting slow, and you have stopped your internet, or you have set it some time, date and time to get updates, automatic updates, or you can even do manual updates of Windows 10 that you will be seeing in further slides. Updating the software on your computer is an easy way to make sure your computer runs smoothly. When you update Windows 10 on your computer, it will have the latest features, issues resolved, and most importantly, security issues will be resolved. Bugs will be get fixed up on regularly updating your operating system. If you are currently running Windows, then read out post to prepare for when the operating system reaches its end of life phase. Once your device is updated, make sure to completely set it up and starting and read out post on how to use Windows 10. And when you are doing Windows 10 updates, you can't stop in middle. If you stop the updating process in between, your system will get crashed up. Choose the Start Windows button on your PC. Open Settings. And then click Update and securities. Select update and securities, or you can even type in search bar updates. It will redirect you directly to updates and securities. It will be redirecting you to Windows Update here directly. Here you need to select Windows Updates, then check for updates. So it will take few minutes depending upon the internet speed. It will take few minutes, it will check and showcase today's updates are these. It started checking updates. Updates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Installing updates, downloading updates, preparing updates, configured. After following these steps, you may see this message: the Windows 10 update is on its way. You are providing this update to compatible computers, but your device is ready for use. Once your computer is ready, you will see the updates available on this page. There is nothing you require to do at this time. And after system getting updated, you need to restart the system so that whatever the updates have been downloaded, it will get affected on your hardware. Now we are going to know about Microsoft Office 365. What is Microsoft Office 365 and how we need to configure the Outlook? What is the Outlook configuration process? We will be knowing it in further slides. Office 365. Transform the way you work with Office 365. Get virtually anywhere access to the Microsoft Office tool you know and rely on. Plus, easy to administrate business class IT services. Office 365 is a cloud based office. We need to have just our user credentials so that we can log in from anywhere, wherever we are having internet from any device. It's a cloud based Office 365. Transform the way you work with Office 365. Microsoft Office 365 is a subscription based service offered by Microsoft that delivers incredible advantages to businesses of all sizes, helping to save time and money and to free valuable resources. When it comes to Office 365, it is having its own packages. You can procure Office 365 on a monthly base or on a yearly base or on one-time procurement also. Depending upon the requirement, the Office 365 will have apps in it. Means you require PowerPoint presentation, Word document, Access, Skype, whatever you want. Depending upon that, you need to select your required edition.
Hari sir,
And accordingly, it will be priced.
1 minute, Hari sir. As
Okay.
you are telling about the Office 365, but
Yes.
to me the slide is displaying about the completion of Windows 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about the others whether they have observed or not. Whatever you have given the description about the Office 365, they are not able to see. I am not able to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now,
Yes, sir.
is it okay now? My screen is visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So mute yourself.
Excuse me, sir. Are you teaching ahead of the YouTube video?
No, I'm not teaching from YouTube video.
Okay. So you send me on that group.
What you
You
want?
sent me before today. You sent me before today.
What I have sent you?
I send you on video YouTube link.
See, listen, those are the questions you need to ask at the end, okay? Not in between the class.
Okay.
So all are requested to mute yourself. Access all data contacts and tasks anywhere at any time. Whatever the contacts or the email, the content you're storing in your Office 365 is accessible because it is cloud-based Office. You need just user credentials so you can log in from anywhere, work on any device or operating system, whether it is Windows 7, Windows 10 or Windows 8, whatever may be the operating system, you can work on it. And with any device, whether it's a mobile device, whether it's a laptop, desktop, notebook, tablet, anything, you can work on it. Guaranteed 99.9% uptime, free server maintenance because you no need to take care of server. It's a cloud-based operating system office, and you no need to worry whether it is safe or not, how it is going to be maintained or not, because it's the headache of Microsoft. They have to take care of it. Microsoft Office 365 provides hosted internet-based services, cost-effectively access up-to-date communication, enterprise-class reliability, reduce burden of installation on ongoing maintenance, patches, and upgrades. Means once you have installed the Office 365, you will be getting automatic updates and it will get installed automatically. If you are taking one time Office, then you need to install the patches of update regularly on regular basis. Yeah, these are the offices or one-on-one clients via internet. They are accessing the resources on cloud like SharePoint or Office 365 or Exchange Server, etc. Whatever the resources available on cloud, the IT companies or one-on-one users can access via internet through cloud. Gain access virtually anywhere on any device. Access your inbox with Outlook, web app. View and edit docs with Office web app. Join an online meeting with Link web app. And it is a 128-bit secure socket layer SSL encryption. Whatever you are accessing through your Office is secured by 128-bit SSL encryption. Mails, documents, and services available anytime 24/7. Redundant network architecture hosted at geographically disappeared Microsoft data centers. Means the cloud is what you are accessing, it won't be on one single location. If you think there is a Karnataka and there is a disaster, heavy rain disaster occurred, and there is a data center of Office 365 at Karnataka and it got damaged. Immediately, within seconds, there will be one more data center which is located in Maharashtra or somewhere else in US or Britain, etc. locations. Despite of any geographical locations, you will be getting access to it. Whatever the nearest database center available to you, you will be getting directly connected to it. Microsoft Online Services having 99.9% scheduled uptime, limited interruption of services, delivered from global data centers. Delivered from global data centers means the data centers or the cloud. What we are talking about is not only located at one place, it will be having its backup at different geographical locations. So if one location is got interrupted due to any reason, the second nearest location you will be get connected. In terms of security, it will be 128-bit SSL encryption, reduced cost and provide flexibility, provides predictable annual cost. You will be knowing what is the annual cost, monthly cost, or what is the annual cost you will be getting, and you need to renew it. Whether it is a monthly base or an annual base, you need to constantly renew it. If there are, suppose if there are 10 users in your office and all of them required Office 365 and you have procured annual subscription. If an employee left in 11th month and there is one more employee or 2 to 3 employees have rejoined and for them Office 365 doesn't require, means you no need to procure it further. Only you need to renew 9 Office 365. That's enough. Reduce capital and operational expenses. Along with top-class security and reliability, Office 365 data center give cost advantages and scalability. Quality, speed, and result gets higher and cost gets lower. Patches, updates, and backend upgrades are automatically applied when it comes to Office 365. If you are procuring standalone Office, then you need to do updates regularly on a manual basis. Always up-to-date version available when major changes occurs. Get auto update. Enterprise security, built-in antivirus and spam filtering, ongoing assessments of Microsoft Online Services. Microsoft Forcefront Online Security for Exchange automatically removes viruses and spams. Microsoft Forcefront Security for SharePoint scans for viruses in intra-company email, and documents residing in SharePoint online sites. When it comes to enterprise security, Microsoft Office 365 or Exchange Server or SharePoint is having Microsoft for front threat management gateway, which will be scanning for viruses and spams at day level. Minimize the learning curve. No complicated setup of configuration. The administrator can ease to use website made available to service administrator for managing all the Microsoft online services. What it contains: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, etc., Skype, and pretty much more apps it will have in it depending upon you can purchase. Just reply in chat. Are you able to see the next screen? How to use Microsoft Office? Reply in chat. Okay, how to use Microsoft Office for student edition, for enterprise edition. Table content, introduction, getting started, direction for installation on desktop or mobile. On mobile, how to install on Windows device, Android device, or iOS device. You will be knowing in further slides. Introduction. This tutorial is to assist students in downloading, installing, and accessing Microsoft Office 365 products. Includes in their student account on both desktop and mobile devices. What is Office 365? Office 365 is a subscription service. Means you need to procure on a monthly or on an annually basis. Allow the user of Office 2016 via monthly payment rather than software purchase. Maybe businesses and schools offers Office 365 free to employee and students. How to navigate this tutorial? Using buttons to navigate next, previous, and home. Login to the site given by the Microsoft, login.microsoftonline.com. When it comes to Microsoft Office 365, you have to install it online by registering with an email address. And you will be having username and password predefined. Here, you need to visit to the site. You need to enter here the email address and the password. Before procuring Office 365, you need to give the email ID to the service provider who is selling the Office. Two options: download Office to your PC or use offline through browser. Select Office installation option. After logging in to the Office with the username and password, you need to select Install Office. Select Save, Run, and select Yes. Download Office for desktop, Google Chrome. This will be the setup which will be get downloaded. After it get downloaded, it will be a small setup which will get downloaded very faster, and it depends on the, you need to select the language, English, and you need to select the architecture, whether it is a 32-bit or 64-bit, depending upon your system operating system. Then after that setup get installed, you need to double click or right click install. The Office installation gets started, and the Office installation will start installing. Till then, if you have any task to perform, you can do the task in the background, because it is an online process. Depending upon the internet speed, it will take time to get installed. After installation get completed, you will be able to see this. Whatever the apps your Office is having, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Publisher, Access, you will be able to see all those apps in your suite. See, there are other programs: OneNote, Office Lens, OneDrive for Business, etc. It depends what is the suite you have purchased. Only those apps will be accessible to you. Office 365 means you won't get all apps when you're purchasing. You need to see whether what you are purchasing and what are the things or the apps you require in it. Now, Office 365 for desktop is now ready to use. Office application available on iOS, Android, and Windows Mobile. And one Office 365 with one user, you can, if you are having one desktop, you can use on that desktop, and even use that similar Office setup on your mobile device also. But with single user, you can't have multiple Outlook accounts or multiple email accounts on that. You can download in a similar manner. You can download for the mobile application also, whether it is an Android mobile application, or whether it is a iOS mobile application, or whether it's a Windows based mobile application. Depending upon that, you need to select, download the setup, and install the Office in your mobile app. You need to sign in with the same credentials what you have used to in your desktop. It's showing how to install on Android device. Minimum 4.4 Android or latest version of Android should be there, and ARM based or Intel 64-bit processor need to have on your mobile device. You can download and install from App Store, sign in, and your process get completed. Here you will be able to see how to install on Windows mobile devices. or when you're installing on Windows mobile devices, your mobile device should have Windows 8 or later version. It doesn't support older versions. You can't install Microsoft Office 365 on XP. It should be Windows 8 or later version. Select the Office under App List, tap desired Office app, swipe through introductions, sign in with the credentials you have, download the file from OneDrive if needed. Your installation on a Windows mobile device is completed. See, what can you do when you don't have your login information? When it comes to cloud-based Office 365, you need to have your login credentials with you, username and password. Without that, you can't install the setup and you can't proceed further. Schools and businesses will generally have a help desk that will assist in technical issues, including login and password recovery. Give them a call. Which one of these Office app is not available on iOS device? Word, PowerPoint, Access. Out of these three, one of the app is not available on iOS device. Office app for mobile device includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Outlook. Which of the following is true? iPhone and iPad requires iOS version 9.0 or higher, or iPad Pro requires iOS version 8.0 or higher, or all of the above, or none of the above. See, iOS requirement for Office OS 8.0 or higher for iPad and iPhones, and 9.0 or higher for iPad Pro. So it's vice versa. Office 365 is a subscription-based program which replaces the need to purchase a software license. Yes, it's a subscription-based program. Can you download or use via browser? Yes. Can access files via OneDrive on any device? Yes. Can access Office 365 on mobile devices, although limited to Word, Excel, OneNote, PowerPoint, Outlook? Yes, you can access with same credentials on your mobile device also. Now we will be able to see how to configure Outlook. In search bar, type Outlook, select or go to control panel. There you will be having Outlook settings. Select that and then you will be able to see this screen. In that, enter to tools, select email account, click on email account, and then select add a new email account or view or change the email account. Select this option. Whatever, if you are already having an email account which is already configured in it, you can select second option, or you can select add a new email account and then click next. Here you need the settings of existing email account. After selecting the email, you need to click here to change the settings. This dialog box appears. Here you need to enter your name in the sense username who is using that particular email ID. Below the name, you need to enter the email address. If it is hr@xyz.com, then here you need to enter the name, whether it is a HR or you can enter the exact person who is using that email. HR mail ID will be used by multiple team members of HR. So you can just write down here just HR also. It depends on you. And then here you need to enter the username and password of that email ID. And here POP3 and SMTP port numbers that you can able to see while logging into the email account. Whatever may be the email account, you need to log in, go to the settings, and then you need to check what are the POP3 settings, what is the SMTP settings, whether it is enabled or not. You need to check. If it is not enabled, you need to make it enable, and then you need to enter those port numbers here, POP3 and SMTP port numbers. In both the places here, email address and in username also, you need to enter the email address, and then password of that particular email ID you need to enter here, and then you need to select next. See, XYZ, your name is XYZ, okay, and the email ID is xyz@net4.in, and here you are entering the same. Username is and email ID is same, and you have entered the password and you have checked in. Here you need to check this box, remember password, or else whenever you log in the Outlook, it will ask you for a password if you have not checked this box. Whenever you are logging into the Outlook, you need to enter the password. If you have checked this box, you no need to enter the password again and again. It will remember the password. See, incoming mail server, POP3. You have mentioned pop.gmail.com. Outgoing mail server, smtp.gmail.com, or whatever the domain that mail ID is having, you need to enter that particular domain name here. 1, 2, POP and SMTP. Then you need to select more settings for testing the email, whether you are getting the email sent or not. Yeah, I want to know whether everyone, my voice is audible or not for everyone. Please reply in chat. Yes means is this audible?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
You need to select the more settings option. In more settings, here you will be having organization, reply email, etc. details, enter your name, enter your organization name, enter your email ID, and most of the cases it will fetch the information what we have entered here. In previous slide, what we have entered, it will fetch that information here, or else we need to enter those details here. Then you need to check this box, select this check box first, and then check this box, and then select OK to finish. So in this similar way, you can configure Outlook, whether it's a Office 2007 or 2013, 16, or whether it's Office 365, you can configure the Outlook in a similar manner. But there is a GUI where you will be seeing some different graphics or some different settings likewise, but most of the things will be similar to configure Outlook. So I'm ending today's session here. If anyone is having doubts, you can put your questions so that I can clear up your doubts one by one. If anyone is having any doubts, you can raise your doubts. Any questions?
Sir, as you showed that regarding the installation of the OS and Office 365.
Yes.
One of the one of the points, it shows that CD key. So that CD key can be predefined, or we need to enter manually while installation.
What it is predefined?
Can we predefine the CD key to not to ask the CD key in while installation, or it need to be entered manually at the time of installation?
When it comes to Windows 7 installation, yes, you will be getting 100% option to uncheck it, and you can enter the activation key later, and you will be getting a 1 month 30 days time to enter the product key. When it comes to Windows 10, probabilities are less. You may not get that option. If you get that option, you can uncheck and you can enter the product key after 30 days. Or else you have to enter while installation the product key.
And what about the Office 365? Whether we need to get the installation key at the time of installation?
Yes. See, the key for Office 365, when it comes to Office 365 means cloud-based. It won't have any key. You will be having username and password. You need to give your email address to the service provider. Okay. He will be sending you with that mail ID, he will be sending you a domain name. With that domain name, you need to log into the Microsoft Office with the username and credentials. And then you need to start the installation of Office 365. Until and unless you can't do the installation. Next.
So with the one email ID, one credential, can we install Office 365 in multiple machines?
It purely depends on single user. I know you will be getting such doubts. You are going to install on all systems in one office. it won't work. Okay, if employee name is X, the same account you can install either on one laptop or one desktop and on one mobile device. You can't install the X employee details on 10 systems. Then Y employee, A employee, B employee will be accessing that resources. Next, how to create a USB bootable flash drive. Okay. Next question. Any more questions? Any more questions? If there are no questions, please reply in chat so that we can end today's session here. If there are no questions, we will end the today's session.